right, Shalom. All right, all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash Baruch. Double honors to the apostles, elders, of the great millstone. All right, peace, salutations, love, again to the 144,000. All right, the 1/3 that fight and endure in these times that we're in. Real quick, something that Apostle Gabar always mentions. When he prays to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, man, he's always thanking them. Especially in these times. That's what he always says, especially in these times. All right. It's very important to understand where we're at in these times. All right. The scriptures say that in, what is that? I think it's 2 Timothy chapter 3, where it says, for in the last days perilous times shall come. And perilous times, a younger brother, man, did a lesson on it, man, where he went into that word perilous, and it goes into savage times. All right, which basically, the lack of moral, man, all morality being pushed out or dismissed. All right, so understanding the times that we're in, what type of mindset should you be in? Because what I wanted to talk about, really, scriptures say to let your communication become as a gospel, which is why I'm just doing this, man. Batteries on low, but I wanted to talk about in 1 Corinthians 3rd chapter, man. All right, when Paul spoke about the day being declared or being revealed and being declared by fire. What I was talking about earlier on the live during my lunch, just basically making mention, man, like the times that we're in and the times that we're approaching, or the times that we're approaching are the times where the Lord's really going to test you on what you've learned. All right. See, you're about to have to, show what your intentions were in this time. If it was to be, to stay here in Babylon, or if it was to actually be delivered and get out of this place. All right. And so, again, the time is coming to where the Lord's actually going to, reveal who you really are. So I want to read this, and I'm going to drive and talk, man. This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 13. It says, for every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare. What day? The return of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. Everything that you've learned up until now, man, is preparing you for the return of Yahushai. And the Lord's going to judge. He's going to judge like which were laboring and those that weren't. All right. I know Luke talks about the servant that did not do and did. Well, Yahushua is coming to recompense both of them. And it says right here that every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. All right, the thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, we're doing to the best of our ability, according to the Holy Spirit. Yahweh Desire, we're doing best spiritual calculations we can make and discern people in this time of who's serving the Lord and who's not. But it's ultimately between Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and that person. At the end of the day, Yahushai is going to make the determination to be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. Hey, did your substance endure? All right, did it overcome? Or did it burn up? Because it says that if any man's work abide, which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward, and that's deliverance, salvation. All right, being taken out of these mortal bodies and put into immortal bodies. The reward is the immortality, the inheriting of the kingdom. All right, being made a king, being brought back to your original glory. Because pursuant to John 17:5, man, Yahushua prayed for the elect to return back to their former glory that they had with Yahushua also. All right, which we were gods, man. All right, we were pure gods, but we already fell. So we're laboring and racing to get back to that original state. So it says that he shall receive a reward, but it says that, and if any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss. Not everybody's gonna. The Lord never said that everybody's gonna make it in this time. You have some that run in this race, man, but they run in doubt. And that's another part of the message, man. Like you gotta foundate within your mind. That's why the scriptures say in James the 5th chapter to establish your heart. All right, so like let me yeah, man, that's why your mind has to be constantly molded and fashioned to a way that can accept the message that the Lord is bringing you, but that also continue and endure it. All right, because again, the day is coming where you're going to be tried, man. All right, and that's why you need to remember that everything you deal with at this time. Because I was going to talk about the emotion that we feel today. We've been put through situations. Whoever you may be, if you be trying to serve Yahweh Shai sincerely, we get put into situations that draw out, heightened emotions, bitterness, happiness, anger, sadness, and those emotions can feel, pinnacle to you, man. They can really hurt, but those emotions are the same things you're going to be feeling in the times to come, man. See what the Lord is doing with you right now is He's prepping you, man. Like I said, getting you ready so that you can endure. Like it said in Ephesians the 6th chapter, that you can do everything possible to stand in that day. To stand before who? Yahweh Shai, because He's coming to rid this world, man, of all evil. And if you've got any bitter, trait within you, man, hey, I highly advise you to work on, casting it away. Because, the Lord is coming to purify. All right. That's why He's going to, burn the world up in the way, in the fashion that He's going to do it. Thermonuclear warfare. All right. And so, just like I was talking about earlier, on my live a couple of hours ago, every day, man, you need to be telling yourself, serve Yahweh Shai. You need to be practicing how you react to the same encounter daily. There was a word I was going to use. I just looked it up too before I started. Man, I can't even remember what it was, man. But it basically went into like, a highly engaged involvement in with the something of influence. I can't remember what it was. I just looked up the word, man. Yeah, man. So, for myself, endure, fight. Don't give up. Because we're tired now. We're to the end of this thing, man. We really are. I mean, we've been reading the scriptures, that salvation is more near than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. We've been reading these things for a minute. The apostles have been reading this for a minute, or bringing it out for a minute. How much more closer are we now from those times? And we see the prophecies, heavily speeding up. Things, oh, that's crazy. It says alms right here, right in front of me on this license plate. Hey, call out Yahweh Shai. But, you see the thing, you see the signs coming to pass, the way that you measure the times diligently in itself of when Yahweh Shai is returning to visit. So there are things that you got to do in order to prepare for that. Because if you ain't ready, man, hey, the scriptures talk about being caught unaware. You don't want to get, the brother tells him, man, the head of the Milwaukee camp here made the statement, you don't want to get, because a lot of these people, man, they're going to get caught that exact way. That's why you see them with their pants down, literally. A lot of Jake, man, these thug-ass Jakes wearing their pants down their knees and shit, because, but what's been, man, is even the substance that they've been cleaving to this whole time, the hood rich nigga attitude, and that shit's gonna get fucking melted quick. All right, because the scripture said before that in 1 Corinthians the 3rd chapter, and no man can build any other foundation than that of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And then when you go into Isaiah the 30th chapter, you find out that the platform that these Jakes stand upon really is tempered mortar, or it's tempered mortar, man. It's weak structure. It's corruptible. It's weak, and that's why the scriptures talk about the fall of them being very heavy, or being very great, because that ain't what's meant to stand. All right, the scriptures tell you in First Ezra, the 4th chapter, that the truth endureth against all things, meaning it's hard against all substances. It overcomes any encounter or situation, substance, material, whatever it may be. So with your actions, you got to measure it the same way. Well, wickedness is not going to profit you or prosper you in that day, man. It's going to get you destroyed. All right, the brother brought out in Proverbs earlier, man. To a faithful man, there's a reward. But to the wicked, to the can't remember how it was phrased, but basically a man who ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, his actions are led to death. So that's why in this time it's a more severe time. It's always been severe, don't get it twisted, man, but even more now. All right, because this is the last captivity that we're in, the last age that we're going to live, in these bodies, in this fashion. Basically, you prep your minds, all right? Which, when you look in Revelations, I believe the 21st or 20th chapter, in fact, I don't want to misquote it. Revelations chapter 21 through verse 1 and verse 2, it talks about that bride that came down from, it says New Jerusalem coming down as a bride adorned. Basically, it's talking about that prior to that they had been raised up, prepared. All right, they prepared themselves as a bride. See, man, we're every day, man. I know, again, man, you got to consistently tell yourself certain things. As long as we're in America, man, and we're in this flesh, the fight ain't over. So every single day, you got to wake up fighting this flesh, telling yourself certain things, especially most of all, man, to be watching and be circumspect, denying yourself, denying your indulgences. Hey, the scriptures say to take a break, man. Refrain thyself from thine appetite. All right. So, I guess that's mainly the point. I won't draw it out. Just wanted to talk a little bit more. Plus, my phone's dying. So, hey, man, Lord willing, you can take more from this. These small little, quick, rants that I'm making. It's a lot. But, hey, with that, man, Lord willing, this is edifying. All glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakwadash. That one is to the apostles, elders, of great millstone. Peace, so much love, honors, and blessings to the sincere Akim and Aqua for 144,000 and 1/3. All right. Yahweh Shem Shem Rakathon, Kwame Shalom.